Imagine you're on a cruise vacation, sailing peacefully through the ocean, when suddenly a tsunami warning is issued. What happens next? How do massive cruise ships stay safe during such a natural disaster? First, it's important to understand what a tsunami really is. Unlike the towering walls of water you often see in movies, a tsunami in the open ocean usually appears as a series of long, low waves moving at incredible speeds, sometimes over 400 miles per hour. These waves often go unnoticed by ships far offshore, gently rocking them as they pass beneath. So, if a cruise ship is already in deep water when a tsunami warning goes out, it's actually in the safest place it can be. Captains will keep their vessels well offshore, in deep water where the tsunami's energy is spread out and much less dangerous. Passengers might not even realize anything is happening as the crew monitors the situation closely, keeping in contact with the Coast Guard and weather authorities. However, if a cruise ship is docked in port when a tsunami threat arises, the situation becomes more complicated and potentially dangerous. Harbors and coastal areas can experience rapidly changing and powerful currents during a tsunami, which can damage docks and push ships into piers or rocks. In such cases, the ship's captain and cruise line work closely with local authorities to decide the best course of action. If there's enough time, the ship will quickly leave port and head to a safe deep water zone, often referred to as a staging area, far enough offshore to avoid the tsunami's impact. But sometimes time is too short to safely exit the harbor. In these situations, the ship will be secured tightly at the dock with additional mooring lines to prevent damage. Ports are usually evacuated well in advance for this reason, to minimize risk to people on land and onboard ships. One of the most challenging scenarios involves cruise ships navigating narrow fjords, like those in Alaska. Fjords are steep-sided, confined waterways that can amplify tsunami waves and currents, creating dangerous conditions. If a tsunami warning occurs while a ship is inside a fjord, the captain will try to quickly move the vessel to open water. If that's impossible, the ship will find the safest and deepest spot in the fjord and hold position, avoiding steep slopes and shorelines that could cause damage. For passengers, the experience is usually calm and controlled, rather than causing panic. The captain or cruise director will make clear announcements over the ship's public address system, explaining the situation and safety procedures. Passengers might notice itinerary changes, such as delays or missed port stops, but these precautions are essential for everyone's safety. Tsunamis often come in multiple waves, sometimes hours apart, so ships will remain offshore or in safe zones until authorities give the all-clear to return. This cautious approach prevents exposure to dangerous currents that can persist long after the initial wave. In summary, cruise ships have well-established safety protocols during tsunami threats. They stay offshore if possible, leave ports quickly when time allows, and avoid confined waterways to minimize risk. This ensures the safety of passengers and crew, even when the ocean shows its most powerful forces.